Long ago, in a small African village, there lived a man named Okoro. Life had dealt him a bitter hand. He had only one son, Chima, and when poverty stretched its long hands over their household, his wife abandoned him and the child, leaving them with nothing but hunger and sorrow. Okoro, though poor, carried his son on his back through the storms of life. He worked the farms of others, fetched firewood, carried loads in the market, just to feed Chima. But bitterness grew in his heart. Each night he whispered into Chima's ears, "My son, your mother left because I had no money. In this life, money is the god that people bow to. Whether legal or illegal, make sure you find it. Do not be poor like me." These words became like seeds planted in Chima's young soul. Years passed, and Chima grew into a man of 18 seasons. He did not till the land or sweat under the sun like his father. Instead, he chose the quick road, the way of fraud, the way of Yahoo. His father, Okoro, who once carried the Bible, now encouraged him to carry the laptop, teaching him tricks of lies and deceit. Money began to flow. Chima bought clothes, built a fine house, and his name spread like the Harmattan wind. News reached his mother, who had abandoned him. She returned, pretending with sweet words and a mother's smile. Chima, wounded but soft-hearted, forgave her, but Okoro's heart was stone. A woman who abandons her suckling child is like a bird that destroys its own nest. Do not let her near you. But Chima chose his mother. Anger boiled in Okoro's chest, and he cursed his son. Soon after, wealth began to dry up. The same way water vanishes from a broken pot, Chima's riches disappeared. Cars were sold, lands vanished, and hunger returned to his table. His mother, once sweet, began to withdraw, until finally she pushed him away. Broken and ashamed, Chima returned to Okoro. He wept at his father's feet. "Papa, forgive me. You warned me, but I was blind." Okoro forgave him but also said, "My son, a man must learn to stand like an Iroko tree. You leaned on shadows and they have betrayed you, but I will help you one last time." The next morning, he took Chima to a powerful herbalist, a man feared in many lands. The herbalist asked for money, which Okoro provided. After chants and incantations, the old man declared, "The gods demand a sacrifice. The blood of your father must be given for greater wealth to come." At those words, silence fell. Okoro said no. Chima said no. But the herbalist warned, "You cannot turn back. In 7 days, if the sacrifice is not made, the boy will run mad." Father and son left heavy in spirit. On the way, Chima said, "Papa, you told me to use any means to escape poverty. Now the gods ask for your life. What should I do?" Okoro replied, "Yes, I told you, but I never told you to take my life. It is better you go mad than for me to die by your hands. A man must carry his own destiny. Only Christ died for another. No other man can do so." Tears filled their eyes. They cried together. Finally, Okoro confessed, "I am the one who cursed your path. I pushed you into darkness. Now I must pay the price. But promise me 2 things. Never forget me and never allow that woman, your mother, back into your life." Chima wept bitterly, but promised. That night, Okoro offered himself. His blood was shed so his son could rise again. From then on, Chima became wealthy beyond measure. But every time he touched his riches, he remembered the words of his father. A man who sells his soul for wealth carries sorrow in his pocket. And so the tale is told, under the moonlight, that money gained without sweat comes with a shadow. And when the gods demand a price, it is always heavier than gold.